What is going on, guys, and welcome to Monday Night Raw Preview, the preview show for Monday Night Raw, 9th of January. And it could be a pretty big show. We've got the full preview. I'm going to be going through everything. And also, if you missed my preview or my review, for last week's either Raw or SmackDown, go check it out. Both the reviews are up on the thing. You're not going to want to watch the previews. But yeah, Raw was pretty crap last week. Hopefully, things are a bit better this week, and there are some special appearances rumoured. Now, we know Shawn Michaels is there, probably to promote his new film, and there's rumours that the Undertaker could be appearing on Raw. Undertaker, Shawn Michaels. We couldn't get one final stare down, could we? Oh my goodness, would that be something very, very incredible. Talking about review tomorrow, it could be a bit late because I've got hospital in the morning, so I'm not going to be able to watch Raw live at 1 o'clock in the fucking morning. And I'm not then going to be back probably to the late afternoon. So hopefully you'll get a review out tomorrow. I will endeavour to get it out to you tomorrow. It would probably just be a little bit later than anything else. So, how does that work? Anyway, I just read something, I didn't really understand it. But yeah, here we are with Raw tonight. It should be a good show. I said it about last week and it weren't, but as we get close to the Royal Rumble, my interest and my excitement always picks up. And what I'm going to be doing midweek after I've done the Raw preview review, SmackDown preview review, I'm going to be doing probably Thursday my top 5 picks for the Royal Rumble. So the 5 people that I think should win the Royal Rumble. I might do them in an order or in no particular order. I will soon be doing my WrestleMania 34 Dream Card. I'm going to just be working on some of the graphics for that and getting that out to you. Did I just say 34? WrestleMania 33 Dream Card, and then also fantasy book our way to WrestleMania as well. So if you've got any other video suggestions that you want to see me do, then leave it down in the comment section below. But it is Raw. It is the 9th of January. Let's say September. I keep thinking it's September. I have no idea why. But Undertaker and Shawn Michaels are live on Raw. Now, we know Undertaker is on the SmackDown Live roster, so why on earth is he on Raw? I really don't know. Hopefully we'll find out those questions tonight. More than likely we won't. Now, I suppose the reason is because it is the city in which he lost his streak to Brock. I'm not doing that. It fucks up my voice. Yeah, the one he lost to Brock Lesnar. Now, WWE.com are running an article at the moment, or a video, 5 dream matches for the dead man. Now, I honestly assumed that this WrestleMania would be his last. And maybe we were wrong. Maybe Survivor Series next year, or this year, however you want to look at it, I suppose it is this year, will be the place where he ends it. He ends it where he begun. So that'll be interesting to see. Be interested to see what he says tonight. If he does say anything, I just would love, even though it would make very little sense, I would love to see Shawn Michaels and Undertaker face to face in that ring one last time. And Shawn Michaels is there. What the hell does he want to do? He is promoting his film, but yeah, maybe he announces he's going into the Rumble. I don't think so. Maybe he announces he's going into the Rumble and the Undertaker stares him down and says, "I retired you, you son of a bitch," or something, and then hits him with the fucking, what's it called? I've forgotten, a tombstone. I was about to call it a pedigree. I don't know. I'm just fantasy booking in my head. I'm getting all excited thinking about it. So yeah, I don't know. It'd be interesting to see. Shawn Michaels not going to be in the Rumble, let's be honest. But it'd be interesting to see what these two have in store for us. Whether they come out at the same sort of time, I doubt it. Whether Undertaker goes after someone. What do I personally think will happen? Undertaker will probably come out. Maybe he talks about the streak. Maybe announces he's going into the Rumble. Something along those lines. Nothing too big. Nothing too extreme. Just dropped my phone. Yeah, I'm not getting too excited about his appearance. But Undertaker, you know, we're not going to see him for that much longer. God, that sounds like he's about to die. I mean, in the ring, on WWE television. So every appearance we've got to, you know, look at as something very, very special. Same with Shawn Michaels, really. We've now then got Roman Reigns against Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho. So at least it's a handicap match. And it is for the United States Championship. Please, God, somebody tell me Roman Reigns is not going to beat Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho. Because that would be just the biggest load of fucking rubbish I've ever seen in my whole entire life. Unless Seth Rollins gets involved, even then I'll still be pissed. But I bet he does. But he is defending his... What? So if... Hang on. Also share... Well, how does that work? Right, so if... Hang on, I'm trying to get this through my head. Sorry about the awkward choice. If Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho win tonight, are they both the United States champion? Apparently so. I don't quite know how that will work, but yeah, apparently now you can win a normal singles title as a tag team. What the flying fuck? That's going to be interesting to see. Look, these lot of face each other so much. Nobody wants to see the Royal Rumble match. I'm still wanting him to do the Fatal 4-Way. I bet they don't. My prediction, who's going to win? Roman Reigns, of course he will, because he's got to make Roman look strong. Why can't they have him just drop the title to somebody else? I mean, it doesn't make sense to me. This is so pointless, so pathetic. Who will declare themselves for the Royal Rumble? That's the next thing on WWE.com's list. At the moment, the New Day, Chris Jericho and Braun Strowman have revealed that they are in the Royal Rumble, along with Goldberg and Brock Lesnar. Baron Corbin announced it on SmackDown Live. Now, I hope the whole of the New Day isn't in, but we'll have to wait. And I think they probably fucking are. Who else will announce? I hope not too many. I do like, you know, there to be surprised. I mean, people like Seth Rollins. I thought he announced that last week. Perhaps no, I don't think he did actually. I'd like, you know, I don't mind people like Seth Rollins to announce it because they're obviously going to be in it and it builds up hype. But random little mid-carders announce, I don't get the point really. But yeah, that's just me. We've then got Bayley versus Sasha Banks. Are they in a thanks to this championship against the Royal Rumble? So nothing as of yet as to whether. So we've got no match tonight. Just been to see what goes on there. If we get a little bit of a warm-up match, what happens with Nia Jax and Sasha Banks as well. We'll probably get some sort of tag team match. That's something that I can see happening, which wouldn't be too bad at all, to be fair. But you know how I wanted to book this feud. I said about it last week, and it's not obviously being booked in that way. But yeah, that it would be just be so because at the moment. I want to see Bayley versus Charlotte because it's Bayley versus Charlotte, but there's not a story behind it. I'm not interested in it at the moment. They've not got me interested in it, if you see what I'm saying. So it'll be interesting to see whether WWE can do that over the next couple of shows because we've got 3 shows until the Royal Rumble, which is going to be friggin' awesome, folks. I cannot wait for it. And then we've got, is Neville our next WWE Cruiserweight Champion? And it could well be that Neville is. I think he more than likely will be. And I believe they're facing each other on at the Royal Rumble. I'm just going to have to check that out. But I assume they're facing the Royal Rumble. And I assume Adrian Neville will win. He has been a revelation since his heel turn. To the point where I kind of wish the Cruiserweight division didn't exist. So we'd have him vying for the top prize. You know, and vying for perhaps the United States Championship. A heel Neville to cheat Roman Reigns out of the United States Championship. That would be not... Oh, fuck, I've just clicked on the wrong thing. Bear with me a second. Because I obviously want to see what Royal Rumble matches we've got confirmed at the moment. But that's all that they're previewing on WWE.com. So something to do with the Cruiserweights. Something to do with Bayley and Charlotte. But we don't really know anything yet. Who's going to declare themselves for the Royal Rumble match? The Roman Reigns, Chris Jericho, Kevin Owens, strange kind of United States Championship match. And of course, Undertaker and Shawn Michaels. So, it's not a packed show. It's not anything to really get... I think that's the thing with Raw. That's his problem. It's... The shows don't... You know, the end of the show... I mean, I can't even remember what the end of Raw was last... Oh, no, I can. It was very, very good, to be fair. But what I usually like is the end of a show being what entices you to go and watch the following week. Do you know what I mean? So, I mean, with SmackDown... When I get to the end of the show, I want to watch the next week. I can't wait for the next episode. Whereas with Raw, I really couldn't care if there was never an episode again. You know what I mean? It doesn't affect me in the same way. I know that sounds strange. And I don't really... You know, like when I come on here, I've got to actually go through what happened on Raw to remember what happened. Whereas SmackDown, it rolls off the tongue. So, yeah, I mean, the last week's segment was very, very awesome. We had... But Goldberg's not there this week, nor's Lesnar, so all that, you know, excitement and that's been lost because they're not here the following week. Now, there was an awesome moment between Kevin Owens and I suppose Reigns, Goldberg and Strowman. Be interested to see how Strowman reacts, etc. So I suppose there's a little bit of buzz around, but there's not a lot. Whereas with SmackDown, we know how it ended. It ended with Dean Ambrose as the new Intercontinental Champion. See, I can just remember that. And it was also a little bit suspicious the way he won it. Because basically, I'm trying to think what actually fucking happened in that. There was some sort of weird ending, weren't there, with the referee and with Maurice, who should have probably been disqualified, wasn't disqualified, was sent to the back. Yeah, something along those lines. And yeah, so there's real question marks over that, and there's buzz around it. We also saw Styles and Cena in an epic confrontation and an epic contract signing. We know American Alpha and the Wyatts, I think, are facing each other tomorrow. So there's a lot there to be excited about. And I really do think, you know, that buzz that Raw has, that SmackDown has, that Raw doesn't, is something you always used to think of with Raw. You used to have that buzz. It used to be must see. You got to the end of the episode, you wanted to see another one. And I think that's where they're lacking at the moment. I mean, last week, now I'm going through what happened on Raw, and it is slowly coming back to me. But I just was able to tell you what happened with SmackDown. There we go, straight away. And I think that goes to show the difference in the shows and why maybe SmackDown's one of the many reasons why SmackDown's are, you know, doing a hell of a lot better than Raw, because ultimately it's more memorable. And it's not just because, well, it was the day after Raw, it's because it's more memorable. You know, it's as simple as that. The only thing that I can remember from last week was the Sami Zayn versus Braun Strowman thing in the end segment, which the Strowman-Zayn was very good. It'd be interesting to see exactly what Sami Zayn does now. I would expect him to announce himself entering the Royal Rumble. Or perhaps he's even injured for a long time, who knows. And then he makes a return, a surprise-ish return in the Royal Rumble. But it will be interesting to see. And yeah, I mean, the most interesting thing about tonight, of course, will be Undertaker and Shawn Michaels and what they've got planned. But also that Jericho-Owens Reigns match. Are they going to take the title off Reigns? Now, I think everybody knows if they do, then Roman Reigns will win at the Royal Rumble. I believe Roman Reigns is winning the Royal Rumble. I really do. I don't think they're going to go with Owens as champ going into WrestleMania, as much as I'd love to see that. Now, just talking about the Royal Rumble for a second. Not the theme song, the logo, I think is one of the best logos WWE's had. I love how just slick, clean, and effective it is. I'm getting a bit excited about it, but I do think it's very, very good. And why is the Elimination Chamber a SmackDown pay-per-view? Why is it not a pay-per-view for both? That would hint to me that a SmackDown Live person ain't going to win the Rumble. I think if you had to hedge your bets at the moment, you'd have to put money on it being somebody on Raw winning the Royal Rumble. And we'll probably notice that in my video where I pick my top 5 winners for the Rumble. So at the moment, the match is announced for the Rumble. Styles versus Cena, Owens versus Reigns, Charlotte versus Bayley, and of course the Royal Rumble match, which I'd love it to be a 40-man Rumble, because I just think there's too many. You've got NXT, you've got Raw, you've got SmackDown, you've got the Cruiserweight division. There's too many bloody superstars for it to be a bloody 30-man Rumble. I mean, if you're going to say, look, 10 people for Raw and SmackDown, that's 20. Couple of NXT, that's 22. Couple of Cruiserweights, that's 24. Couple of surprise entrants and Return of Legends, that's 26. I suppose then you can give Raw and SmackDown another 2, but that really don't give the shows that much, if we're honest. But yeah, what I'd like to see on Raw tonight is Reigns to lose that title. I want him to lose the title. What I'm very much interested in on Raw as well, and I know they haven't mentioned it on WWE.com, but exactly what Strowman does. He could interfere, you know, that could be what happens. He could interfere, I might have called this, you know, he could interfere in the United States Championship match, meaning that he then faces Roman Reigns next week on Monday Night Raw, wins the title after Owens and Jericho distract him, Strowman then holds the title, is in the Rumble. Reigns then doesn't hold the title, beats Kevin Owens at the Rumble. Now that could be something WWE is planning. The only reason I say that is because there's no mention of Strowman in this whole entire thing. Why would he go after Reigns? He's United States champion, so he's got that target on his back. But Roman Reigns and Goldberg speared Braun Strowman. They speared him in half last week. And that guy's going to be wanting some revenge. So again, looks like a good show. I don't want to get too carried away because it will probably be terrible again. Let's be honest. But certainly to see what the Undertaker's... I'm very interested to see what the Undertaker's doing on Raw. What's he got lined up? What's he going to tell us? Is he announcing that he's entering the Royal Rumble? Is he announcing that he's coming over fucking Raw? I mean, they need something like that, but it wouldn't make any sense because, let's all be honest, the Undertaker's home is SmackDown. But yeah, it will be interesting to see exactly what they're going to do with the Undertaker. If I had to be honest with you, I don't think this Raw will be fantastic. I think it could be, but again, WWE just won't allow it to be. Put it this way, if Reigns drops... This is the thing. I want Reigns to drop the title, but I know if Reigns drops the title, he's winning at the Rumble. So I'm kind of in a catch-22. I don't want Reigns to beat Jericho and Owens. That would be fucking dumb. I don't want Reigns as a United States champion because he clearly isn't interested in the fucking title. But at the same time, I know if he drops the title, he's going to win the belt at Rumble, the World Championship belt, or the Universal title, sorry. And I don't want to see that either. So I don't really think I'm going to be happy with any decision. I think I'm starting to get to the point where it doesn't really matter what happens in that match. I'm not going to be happy unless like Undertaker returns and just decides to tombstone Roman Reigns and team up with Jericho and KO. Then maybe I'll be happy, but I'm not so sure that that's going to happen. Sami Zayn, Shawn Michaels, same ring, same time. That could be something because nothing mentioned here on Zayn, although I do personally think Zayn's injured, if I'm honest, until the Rumble. But we'll end the review here. It has been a full show review. Last week's was a little bit longer, I'm not going to lie, but there was more to talk about. This week, as Raw was pretty crap last week, and although it was a new year, it was the same old shit. There wasn't as much to talk about. But, you know, I'm still going to watch the show. Again, you know, I'm not going to talk about what I did last week where, you know, I said about how, you know, I think that there should be a half an hour segment or an hour segment or 45-minute segment or proportion of the show specifically for the cruiserweights. Well, to be fair, last week's was... oh, no, that's a review. Last week's preview was 25 minutes long. Done very well on the views. 700 views nearly. The review was 17 minutes long. 117 views. The SmackDown live preview, 827 views. And the review was 40 views, which isn't too good. So, ultimately, they both got about the same views. It's not all about views, but obviously it's nice to get some views on stuff. But it still isn't as good as the Raw. Funnily enough, my most popular video on this channel, well, it's in 2015, and it was for my birthday. It was on my birthday, 26th of October, so it was the Raw on my birthday, 7,000 views. We then had my little mini previews for the full match, in-depth preview and predictions for Shane O'Mac vs Undertaker, and then there's a load of other ones. What's the most recent video? We got a recent video that's come on that most popular list. I don't think we have. No, nothing too. But I'm definitely going to bring that back where I individually, you know, look at each match at a pay-per-view. We're going to be doing stuff regular on this channel. You're going to be getting Raw reviews each and every week. You're going to be getting the previews each and every week. The same's going to be happening with SmackDown. I'm going to try and get another video out every single week as well, which will probably be a random video like, as I say, top 5 people to win the Rumble. We've got the Dream card of WrestleMania. That will probably be coming the following week. Got any ideas on what you want me to do? Make sure you let me know down in the comments below. Share the channel around. If you're another person who's got a similar channel to mine, and you want to do a little podcast, you want to be on some sort of podcast, or you don't even have a channel, you're just into wrestling and you wouldn't mind starting a little podcast, me and my mate Harry have always said about doing a podcast on WWE. So if any of you are interested in that, and I mean literally anybody, you're more than welcome to offer. I always feel strange asking, or do you want to come on the podcast? So always feel free to ask me. I'm never going to get offended by people asking to come on the podcast. And you can be a completely new fan to wrestling. You could be a fan for 20 years. It doesn't matter. We could start a weekly podcast, which I think I tried to do at one point, but it failed miserably simply because I was trying to do the podcast on my own, which is never a good idea. But yeah, tonight, to conclude, Undertaker, Shawn Michaels making guest appearances. Zayn? What the fuck? Owens and Jericho trying to take away Roman Reigns' title. Who's going to declare themselves in the Rumble match? And is Charlotte moments away from losing her title again? And is Bayley going to break that duck and win the title and ruin the streak that everybody cares about? The biggest streak in WWE history, most important streak in WWE history. Completely no sarcasm there. Complete sarcasm. Who am I kidding? Let's just have a quick look. I just want to see. I'm trying to look whether Sami Zayn's injured. Yeah, he looked a bit injured last week. I'm just going to type in Sami Zayn injury. See, we've got a little kayfabe injury going on. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting that obviously in the Roman Reigns Chris Jericho match, they've got the cage above the ring. Does anybody care about that? No. I think the only reason they're doing it is so... Well, it is the only reason they're doing it is so they can sell that... what do we call it? Sami Zayn update on his injury. That's a long time ago. That's 2016. No. I think pretty much it's done. Zayn, to be... I mean, I'll end it on this bit. Zayn is one of the best sellers, I think, on the whole entire... In the whole entire WWE. Probably in wrestling at the moment. He's incredible at selling. Him and Ziggler, I think, are top sellers. I really do. And the way he sells injuries, very, very clever. So, yeah, we'll be interested to see. At the moment, we've got 7 Raw declarations for the Rumble and just 1 SmackDown Live. So, if I'm saying that they're getting 12 each, Raw's only got another 5. Seth Rollins, Reigns, or Jericho. Oh no, Jericho's already announced. Yeah, I mean, I'm going tits up here, but it don't give you a lot of room, especially with 3 fucking New Day members. Don't get the point of that. Let's just go quickly before I fucking end the thing, because you're all probably wanting to just kill yourself from how long this video's been. I just want to quickly go on the Royal Rumble show on WWE.com and see whether they've got all of the New Day members listed, or whether they've just got the New Day listed as one, which I'm really hoping. Unless if it's a 40-man Rumble, I wouldn't mind. But it's not. I mean, it was like last year where they basically announced the whole fucking everybody in the Rumble. They almost announced it before the fucking show. So there was no. Well, there were a few shocks. But pretty much you knew who was coming out. Let's have a look, shall we? Preview the Royal Rumble match. At the moment, Corbin's on there. Now, you guys know how much I love Corbin. Now, am I going to have him in my bloody picks to win the bloody Rumble? I bet you're all going to be thinking to yourself, for fuck's sake, we know you love Corbin, but come on. He ain't ready for the Rumble. And I probably would agree it's probably come 3 months too early. But, you know me, I might throw him in just to wind some of you up. But if I do put him in, it will be because I genuinely believe he could and deserves to win it. Right, let's have a look at this thing. I really am waffling on. I know people probably think that's because you want to make the video longer. It's really not. It's just because I want to actually see. Here we are. Goldberg, Brock Lesnar, Big E, Xavier Woods, Kofi Kingston. Yeah, so they've put Big E, Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston. They're all announced. Hopefully they don't all come in. What's the point of having Xavier Woods in? If you have... So, the New Day being in, that's already 1/3 the Rumble done. Put the Wyatt family in, that's 2/3 done. 2/3 of the Rumble are gone just like that. Lesnar and Goldberg, add Jericho to that mix. That's 3/3. Corbin, Rollins, and Strowman, that's bloody 4/3. You nearly half the Rumble's fallen out already. I mean, it's just a joke. But anyway, rant over. I mean, by the time I get this video out, the bloody show would have started, so I better stop it here. But there's a preview for Raw. I hope you enjoy the show. I'm going to hopefully enjoy the show too. And I'll be back with a review at some point tomorrow. Probably a similar time, because it will be later. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.